Digital nomads, digital marketers, entrepreneurs and business owners, welcome to this video where I'm gonna give you my top 3 digital nomad locations. Now all the information that I'm gonna give you in this video has been gained through personal experience. Before we get started with this video, I want you to hit the like button below, also subscribe to be notified whenever I publish a new video on the latest digital marketing strategies. Are you ready for some unbiased information that will help you make the right decision in terms of the locations that you intend to visit and very possibly relocate to? Great! Make sure you watch this whole video because the information that I'm going to give you
is going to be very different from everything else that you have seen on YouTube so far.
Location number 1.
Location number 1 is the United States of America. Close. The first digital nomad location that I want to talk with you about in this video is Portugal. Portugal is a country located in Western Europe. It borders Spain to the east and it has the Atlantic Ocean to the west. The reason why a lot of people, especially digital nomads, end up in Portugal is because yes, it is a first world country, it is very safe, you will experience great air quality, great food, great people, great safety, so it's not like you're ending up in a third world country. Portugal is great. Portugal is part of the European Union, it's part of Schengen, and that means if you happen to be a European citizen, you can live in Portugal indefinitely. If you happen to be from the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, or Australia, then you can live in Portugal for up to 3 months at a time. Well, you can actually visit Portugal for up to 3 months at a time, and then you could go to a place like Croatia or Turkey and then come back into Portugal if you want to spend a little bit more time there. So with each visit you get 3 months in Portugal, but I hear that a lot of people are doing visa runs, they're going to Croatia, they're going to Turkey for like a few weeks or maybe a month or 2, then they're coming back into Portugal and they get another 3 months in the country. One of the reasons why digital nomads and entrepreneurs have chosen Portugal as their go-to country is for the simple reason that when you live in Portugal and your income is generated outside of Portugal, so let's say you have a company that's not set up in Portugal, it could be set up in United Kingdom, in Australia, in Canada, wherever it would be, and the income is not generated in Portugal, meaning your clients are not based in Portugal, then for the first 10 years of you living in Portugal, you would not pay taxes on your income. Obviously, that's a huge tax break, and it's a big reason why a lot of digital nomads and entrepreneurs decide to relocate to Portugal. Where should you live in Portugal? Your obvious choice is Lisbon. Lisbon is the most populated and most visited city in Portugal. Lisbon's architecture is beyond marvelous, and chances are you will fall in love with every facet of this city. From the traditional cafes and restaurants to the wild nightlife, Lisbon is no short of excitement. On the downside, if you want to live in downtown Lisbon, you cannot afford a really nice apartment if you're looking to pay a normal price. If you have a decent sized budget, you can definitely find a good place in downtown Lisbon. So I recommend finding an apartment or house that's maybe 5 to 15 miles away from downtown Lisbon, so you can have a bigger place, you can live in probably also a nicer neighborhood, you know, you're going to have more green spots and you're going to have more space, you're going to have a bigger apartment, and you're going to get that for less money. Anything you would want to rent in downtown Lisbon is pretty much a shoebox condo, and it's not good value for your money. But being downtown matters, I know. Generally speaking, Portugal is a very cheap place to live in,
as long as you don't live in Lisbon.
So what are your other options? Your other options include Porto, a city located 200 miles north of Lisbon. With over 210,000 inhabitants, Porto is the second largest city in Portugal and one of the reasons why real estate is a bit cheaper than in Lisbon. If you happen to be maybe a little bit older or you have a family, then you can really consider any city in Portugal. Especially the Algarve region is very interesting. You will see that as soon as you land in Portugal, you're gonna get excited about the country, you're gonna get excited about the food, about the weather, about the architecture. You're gonna get excited about so much there. It will be so different. It will be a great feeling. And a lot of people that visited Portugal
Ended up there.
Next up, we have Thailand.
You could not have guessed that, right?
Of course you could have. Now, Thailand is probably the most visited country in Southeast Asia and very possibly also whole Asia, especially in terms of tourism. A lot of people love traveling to Thailand simply because it's very easy to get there and hotels are very cheap and there's just a lot going on in the country overall. Being a digital nomad, I think that Thailand is a great choice simply because there are so many co-working spaces, there are so many digital nomads, there are so many digital entrepreneurs residing inside of Thailand. The thing about Thailand is also that you have a ton of marketing events happening every single year. But hold on, what's the real reason why people choose Thailand
Over a country like Canada?
The reason is that Thailand is extremely cheap and Thailand has great beaches, low cost of living, so that's obviously the main reason why most Westerners decide to visit Thailand. On the negative, the main issue that I find with Thailand and that many other digital entrepreneurs find with Thailand is that it's very difficult to obtain a long-term visa unless you're willing to sacrifice a ton of your time by going to a language school and learning the Thai language, which doesn't really make sense unless you have the intention of living there for several years. It's gonna be really difficult for you to stay in Thailand long-term. If you're from the United States, Canada, UK, or any European country, at the very best you will get a 30-day tourist visa for Thailand.
However, what you can do is
You can apply for a 6-month tourist visa at the embassy in your country, and that could be powerful if that gets approved. With this 6-month tourist visa that's currently being offered by the Thai government, you have the opportunity to leave the country, I think 2 to 3 times. So you could go to Malaysia, you could go to Myanmar, to Laos, you can go to all those different places for, let's say, a week or 2 weeks, come back into Thailand, and so you would actually spend more than 6 months in Asia. If you manage to get the 6-month tourist visa for Thailand, then what you can do is, because you have to extend your visa, I think every 60 days, you have to leave to another country and then you can come back into Thailand. So your overall time spent in Asia will actually be more than 6 months. It could be 7 to 8 months, depending on how much time you want to spend outside of Thailand. This is a great visa for someone who wants to try out the country, and if you're tired of just leaving the country and coming back in just to get a 30-day extension, then you definitely want to apply for this 6-month visa before you go to Thailand. Because once you're in Thailand, you cannot apply for the 6-month visa. You can only apply for the 6-month tourist visa at the embassy in your country prior to coming to Thailand. What are some of the cities that you can visit in Thailand? Obviously, everyone starts out in Bangkok, which is the biggest city in Thailand, and it's very crowded, but there's a lot to do in Bangkok. You have lots of entertainment, you have bars, you have nightclubs, you have night markets, plus there are a ton of digital nomads and digital marketers living there. So you do have the option to meet a lot of people, and it's great for entertainment purposes. Then you have Chiang Mai to the north, which is a mountain city, a lot quieter, a lot slower, but there are still a lot of things to do in Chiang Mai, such as mountain climbing, lots of things to do in the nature, and there are also a lot of digital nomads visiting Chiang Mai and also a lot of people living there. So if you're someone who likes it quieter, who wants to escape the noise of the huge city, then Chiang Mai is probably the way to go.
The only downside with Chiang Mai is that there's no beach.
There's also Phuket in the south, and Phuket is great if you love beaches. You know, there's a lot to do in terms of sports, and it's also quite reasonably priced in my opinion. There's a lot to do there. It offers very much the same as Bangkok does, in my opinion. There is great, you know, you have great air quality, which is not really true for Bangkok and also not Chiang Mai. And again, you have nature, you have beaches. So if you like the more relaxed environment, then Phuket is your choice. In all seriousness, guys, my top choice is Malaysia. Malaysia is a country located in Southeast Asia. It borders Thailand to the north and Singapore to the south. Malaysia consists of two main parts. West Malaysia, which is located just underneath of Thailand, and then you have East Malaysia, which is located on the island of Borneo, sharing it with Indonesia. The official currency of Malaysia is the Malaysian ringgit, and as of shooting this video, $1 equals 4.4 ringgit. The good thing about Malaysia is that if you earn your money in USD, in British pounds, in euros, in Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, whatever the currency might be, you should have great spending power in Malaysia. Generally speaking, Malaysia offers great infrastructure, especially in Kuala Lumpur. Another thing that I really like about Malaysia is the huge variety of different cuisines offered, because we have three cultures. We have the Chinese, the Indians, and the Malay. And the good part is that Malaysia's food is hot and spicy. It's very flavorful. So if you are a foodie, then this could be the country that you have always dreamed of visiting, that you have always dreamed of spending your time in. And the good part about Malaysia is that it has a pro-business government. So if you're looking to start a business, or if you're looking to live there permanently, you can enroll into the entrepreneur program, which gives you 1 to 5 years in Malaysia. Should you be a new entrepreneur with no proven track record and no business history so far, what you can do is you can enroll into the 1-year entrepreneur program, which allows you to stay in Malaysia for a 1-year period. And it also gives you multiple entries, so you can enter as many times as you want. So you can go to Thailand, you can go to Indonesia, you can go to Vietnam. I mean, you can literally go anywhere that you want with this visa. And the good part is that the 1-year entrepreneur visa for Malaysia is only $600. That's all it costs. Now, if you're someone who has a proven track record of success, say you're an entrepreneur with an existing company that is considering the move to Malaysia, then you can apply for the 5-year entrepreneur program. Again, you get multiple entries, you can start a business in Malaysia, you can hire employees, you can enter and exit as many times as you want. You pretty much get a work permit. This is great because there's no other country in Southeast Asia that offers such a program at such a reasonable price. If you take a look at Thailand or other places, it is very difficult to get a long-term visa, so I think Malaysia is a great choice for sure. If you're someone who loves beaches and you love tropical beaches like I do, Malaysia is a great choice. Even outside of Kuala Lumpur, you find a ton of great beaches. And if you want to visit the best beaches there are in Southeast Asia, you can take a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Kota Kinabalu, which is about a 3-hour flight, and you will find amazing beaches. Obviously, you can also travel to the countries nearby like Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, you name it, and there are a ton of great beaches everywhere. If you're anything like the average digital nomad, you probably want to save money and you're looking for a place with reasonable cost of living. And that's why Malaysia is such a great choice. With about 3,000 to 4,000 Malaysian ringgit a month, you can have a great life. You don't need to spend $2,000 to $3,000 a month to get by or to be able to afford a great lifestyle. This is not the United States, this is not Germany, this is not England. Your money will go a long way in Malaysia. So all this is very positive, and if you're someone that likes beaches, that likes the climate, that likes spicy food, that likes living in Southeast Asia, then I think Malaysia is the top choice. I hope you enjoyed this video on my top 3 digital nomad locations. If you like this video, please help me out. Hit the like button below. In case you're not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.